YouTube, what's up, baby? It's your favorite Aqua Black boy, your favorite antisocial extrovert, Blake, mother loving DUPREE, and welcome to my channel. You are at the home of the Diary of DUPREE. This is a Black Queer Classroom album review, and today we are reviewing JT's City Cinderella. Now, in my last video, I mentioned that her documentary had just dropped on the making of the City Cinderella and the behind the scenes of her tour, and how I thought it was a great marketing tool, and how more rappers, especially female rappers, need to bring back consistent YouTube videos being uploaded for their day-to-day lives. But the album had just dropped like minutes before I uploaded my video, so now we get to actually get into the things, spice it up, and review the album and see if JT is getting an A for the day or an F for later. That's my little saying, A for the day, F for later. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I've been bopping this shit all weekend. JT A, and I am not. As of last week, I was not a JT fan. You know, an album is good when you can get a new fan, and she definitely earned a fan out of me. So if you're not really feeling JT album and you're not really a big fan of JT, you might just want to go watch my other videos, because I'm gonna give her flowers today. I'm gonna let you know now, y'all, JT has already earned higher than a C. Spring, September. But before we get into, the music category, which is what my channel is basically dedicated to, I love entertaining, I love talking about entertainment, I love being respectful and still critiquing. I want to encourage y'all, like I've been encouraging you guys in my previous videos, to please go out and vote this November. This is the most pivotal election of modern day 21st century elections. If I'm being quite honest, for lack of a better term, that wasn't the most politically and grammatically accurate sentence I just gave y'all, but the heart is there, the core is there. Please go vote, y'all. I made a video about Sonia Massey. I'm about to insert it here. So it's 7 a.m. Just woke up. The first thing I see on my phone is the body cam footage of the Sonia Massey murder. First off, I hope everybody who has the luxury to take care of their mental health is taking care of their mental health in whatever capacity that they can do so. And if you do not have that luxury, like so many, I am praying for you. And second off, we all better get out there and vote. Get everybody you know who can vote to vote. Because not voting for Kamala is a vote for police immunity. Meaning that if Trump gets in, that man is free. And more police who abuse their power in instances like that will be free and immune as long as they are on the clock. At this point, it's the AKAs versus the KKK. That's what this is. I just found out that actually she never sent thousands of men to jail like it was, pitched to us. And that says it all. It's funny. We joke about stuff, but like certain stuff is just not funny. Certain things you can't joke about. You got to put that straight face on, pull up. Like, this is a political warfare we're going into. And the other side, if they come over and they take over, it's not looking good for anybody. They think it's looking good for them. It's not looking good for anybody. Because like I've stated before, Trump get in, he's cutting budgets to climate change. He's cutting so much. He's giving police immunity. If he was to give police immunity, if he was the president now, that video that we saw of the Sonia Massey incident, that man would be immune. There would be no consequences because he was on his job. He was clocked in, murdered somebody. And because he was clocked in and wearing the uniform and a police officer, he would have no consequences. That is an unjust justice system, but has America ever been great? Right. So don't know the best way to transition from such a heavy, important topic to JT City Cinderella, but this is the transition. So I guess we can get into the graphic tee for today. Today we are it's Malcolm again. Malcolm X. Bisexual icon. Love him down. And let's get right into it, y'all. I have notes, so you're getting geek free today. But real quick, make sure y'all follow me on all social media platforms, because YouTube, it be hating. So I'm lit in real life, as you can tell from my IG and TikTok. City Cinderella. First off, what impressed me the most before I even heard the album was the marketing put behind the album. City Cinderella, I think, is a dope concept. There are so many hood princesses that I know in my personal life, so many ghetto fabulous baby girls that I know in my life who could probably feel seen and represented, and some hood princesses and some ghetto baby boys in my life who could feel seen and feel represented within this concept that JT came up, because every hood got its fair share of princesses, its fair share of royalty. Honestly, watching that documentary once again, I can tell JT is a rapper. I'm not listening to a City Girls or JT album to get the lyricism and the soliloquies of Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion or Lauryn Hill. I take artists for what they offer. And, just because they may not have the dopest bars or every bar is a 10 out of 10 or every bar has a metaphor, a soliloquy that I have to, re-listen to catch. I still think you're an amazing quality artist if you just stick true to who you are as an artist and tell authentic stories and put effort behind your craft to improve. And when I listen to this album, I can definitely say, 10 toes down that JT has improved from the album Her in Miami put out a year ago and from hearing Act Up when I was 18. Like, I hear the improvement. And I can't say that about every artist in general today. Some artists plateau when they give the same record again and again and there's no improvement. And it's just a plateau. It just stays there. The album overall is very impressive. It blends like classic Miami samples and sound with that contemporary ethereal rap sound that a lot of her male counterparts like Lil Uzi do utilize. I can definitely hear some of the Lil Uzi um, inspirations when it comes to the choice of instrumentals. But like I said, this was a JT through and through album. I mean, it was given Punani, it was given Rich, it was given Scam, it was given Love Yourself, it was given I'm Pretty. It was a very confident, savvy album. It wasn't no really sad girl track on this album. Did she keep it real? Yes. Did she get vulnerable? Yes. But honestly, the keeping it real vulnerable tracks, I really wasn't checking for it. With that being said, Serving is where it really got it for me because Serving is going to be the Instagram girls flow heavy fave for when it comes to captions. I mean, Serving starts out, what she say? Hold on. I got on, you can't pronounce. Wait, let me spell it out. Loewe, and I don't care about the amount. I'm finna see at least 15 gays with that caption by next Sunday because they all gonna be in progress wearing them cute outfits. So, Serving is really where the album caught my eye, if I'm being honest. And then from there, it just elevated. Like, from Serving to Lemon Pepper. Now, I love Stunner Girl more on JT, more than JT when it came to Lemon Pepper. I really wasn't a fan of Lemon Pepper, but I do like Stunner Girl's tone. I like the fact that she ain't yelling on the beat. I like the fact that the beat and her are not fighting. Like, she's on beat. She's just flowing. She's just having fun. Until I heard that Sukiana disc. And people may not catch it, but I caught it because I'm an Aquarius and we catch everything, especially in these big ass glasses. Your coochie really trash. Like, girl, that's why you still eating ass. Trying to start something. And I'm here for it. Go crazy, Stunning Girl. Like, I'm always here for the rap beef when the girls can keep it in the booth and put it on the wax and make some money off it. As long as y'all keep it in here, I support it. And we all know Suki ain't no punk. Stunner ain't no punk. I didn't know they still had beef, but it was clearly a Sukiana diss. Like, and JT co-signed it because she let it go on her record. So we don't see where that goes. But the only reason I really liked Lemon Pepper like that was because Stunner Girl's flow. It was different. I haven't heard her flow like that. I haven't heard that tone from her like that. It was giving versatility. And I'm here for a little rap beef. As long as the shit is, in the booth. Keep it in the booth. Don't start no crazy shit. And Stunner can be a crazy girl. But like I said, the album really didn't move me. Like, it moved me until we got to 90s Baby. And that song has had me in a chokehold. Now, y'all know I'm not a 90s baby. I was born in the 2000s. However, I love 90s culture. I love 90s music. I just love everything about the 90s besides the blatant eating addiction encouragement, as well as the blatant fat phobia, homophobia, sexualism. It was a lot going on in the 90s that was just tolerated in media that should not never have been tolerated. But that's a whole nother thing. But it samples Joe's The Things Your Man Won't Do, and it was a beautiful sample. It was a blatant sample. I'm gonna keep it real. That was my biggest issue. I'm like, this is a blatant sample. But everybody is blatantly sample records these days. But you know who else is allowing that to occur? The artists who make the records and clear those samples. So people love to say they hate sampling, but you gotta also hold that artist team accountable of the original record because they clear those samples. Just saying. And I like the record. It's so sexy. It gives me like I was driving on Lakeshore Drive listening to 90s Baby. So I already manifested that because it's definitely giving like a Lakeshore Drive record, summertime, late at night, coming home from the club, or on the way to the club, on the way to the lounge, Hookah Lounge from my millennials who, too old for the club. It's a great record. But what I didn't realize while watching 90s, listening to 90s Baby was that I look at the credits and I see a familiar face. Can you guess who?
Oh, Michelle.
Yeah, the Michelle Williams has a writing credit on 90s Baby. And I think it's because Michael Williams, her brother, has a credit on the record that was sampled, which is Joe's The Things Your Man Won't Do. But Michelle doesn't have a credit on the original record. So I'm like, how did she get that writing credit? Did Michelle help write JT's verse? Did the Michelle Williams help write JT's verse on 90s Baby? I would not be surprised because Michelle is the queen of bridges. Michelle Tanitra Williams ain't nothing to play with when it comes to them bridges. And I would not be surprised if she has writing credits on a lot of those famous bridges from the Destiny's Child days. So if Michelle wasn't on Joe's record, but she's on JT's record, which samples Joe, which her brother wrote on the original record, Michelle might have wrote on JT's verse. Can you believe when Jesus says yes? Come on, I'm a 90s baby. I'm a 90s bitch. Like, girl, everything is an illusion. I love it. I say, get your coin, Michelle. Get that money, baby. Michelle got an Uber commercial out now. She doing Broadway. Death Becomes Her. She sounds amazing. And now she on JT album. Michelle is eating. I was listening to Uncle Al, which is another fun track. Is that my girl Miami should have been on at least one record on this album. And if that record was to be chosen by me, I would have said put her on Uncle Al. Because it's a fun record. It's paying homage to Uncle Al. It's paying homage to the South. It's paying homage to Florida. It's such a fun like dance record. And you know, the City Girls gave us like hip hop dance records that you could shake your booty to in the club. And I would have loved to see Miami on that. Now, obviously, it ain't no real pressure. It's just a slight issue. I'm really just nitpicking because overall the album is cute. It's cunty. But it would have been nice to see Miami and JT on the record for JT's debut album, but I understand. Beyonce didn't have Michelle or Kelly on Dangerously in Love, and nobody gives her grief about that. So go crazy. But what we did get was a Jeezy and JT collab for the OK remix. And as a new friend, I was shook, gagged, and proud to see JT get that co-signed by Jeezy, who is an emerging icon. I would say a solidified icon within the rap game, especially in the South. So I like the remix. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Remixes these days do not stand out for me. Nothing that I've heard recently has been better than the original record when it comes to remixes. Back in the day, when artists would remix a record, it was more than just adding a new artist on the instrumental. Like you would redo the entire instrumental. You would reproduce the vocals. You would reproduce it. Like the song would have an entire new vibe. Example: Mariah Carey's "Heartbreaker," the original with Jay-Z, sounds completely different than the remix with the Brat and Missy Elliott. Nobody does remixes anymore. Nobody does albums. Nobody's making albums. Nobody's doing remixes. Like back in the day, a remix was an entirely new version of a record. These days, the girls just slap on an extra 8 bars and throw on an artist, and boom, there you go. And it just doesn't do anything for me. It's not better than the original, so what was the point? I feel like that's the only point of a remix. Make it better than the original. If it's not, keep it on the playground. But I am proud to see JT got that Jeezy co-sign. I really am. And like I said, I'm a new fan, and I was very proud towards the end. I'm not gonna lie, the girls are also finna get the streams up with JT Comment and DOD. DOD is a bop, but JT Comment is better. And they've been doing a lot of Kamala Harris memes with JT Comment. So I can't wait to see how her first week sales look, because the TikTok dance girls have already been eating JT's album up, but they definitely eating up JT Comment and DOD. The Majorette girls finna eat this homecoming season with Kamala Harris about to be the Democratic nominee, JT's album dropping, giving all the Majorette dance top girlies some new content. Homecoming finna eat. If only I could have went to school this semester like I wanted to. But I can't wait for the homecoming content, because JT finna be up in there, and so will all the Miss Pink and Greens. I'm so excited. But yeah, that's my overall review of the album. I think the first week streams are going to be definitely stronger than the first week sales, as they always are. But like I said in my previous videos, I really don't think artists should pay attention to sales, because streaming has taken over going to buy the record. And I think JT's first week streams are going to be very strong. JT, if you see this, which I know you have, I know you be watching, I want to say I am a new fan. So I would definitely go out and see you. So that's when you know an album is good, when somebody who's not a fan listens to it, is so impressed that they would be willing to pay money to go and see you. You've done your job. So if the first week streams or sales not what you want it to be, girl, know you did your job, because that's what matters most. You've gained some new supporters from this album. I can tell you care about your lyricism, you care about your image, you put sweat, blood, and tears in the booth, and you're a growing artist, and I rock with it. I rock with it. Now, hopefully nothing comes out in 2 weeks that's cancel worthy, because I would be looking salty over here. However, when it comes to the quality of the music, A plus, Miss JT. I give you an A. Your album review got an A out of me. Has its critiques, so I'm gonna say A minus, not A plus. But you got an A out of me at the Black Hood Classroom. Here, your flowers, baby girl. All right, y'all. I have some more content coming this week. I told y'all like this is only a 3 day split from my last video, so I am being more consistent. I am being a man of my word. Oh my god, I almost forgot to do it. Look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I am that, cause you are that. Peace and blessings, bitch. Love you.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.